boys and girls. I am teacher Melinda Hughes, and today I will do grade 5 social studies with you. For grade 5 social studies, I will look at the topic Our Nation. But under Our Nation, there is a subtopic that relates to religious and non-religious holidays. Yes, boys and girls, I am sure when you hear the word holidays, you feel happy because holidays bring joy. Holidays allow us to celebrate with our families. Holidays bring good memories for some, of course. And so today we will examine the meaning of religious and non-religious holidays in Guyana. But before we do, let us examine what are national holidays. National holidays or celebrations in Guyana are days that are set aside to remember and celebrate an event of national significance. National holidays in Guyana may be classified as follows: 1. National religious holidays, and 2. National non-religious holidays. What are national religious holidays? Let's review. National religious holidays are observed by the 3 main religious groups in Guyana, and those main groups are Christians, Hindus, and Muslims. National non-religious holidays have no religious significance, but are linked to some aspect of Guyana's history. So let's review, because I am sure, boys and girls, in the previous grades, you would have examined the 3 main religious groups in Guyana. Yes, the 3 main religious groups in Guyana. And so I will begin with Christianity. The followers of Christianity are called Christians. They worship in a building called a church. They believe that Jesus Christ is the Son of God, and their holy book is the Bible. Their religious leader is called a pastor, or for some, priest, or for others, bishop. There are religious holidays in Guyana that Christians observe. So, boys and girls, we will examine the holidays that Christians observe in Guyana. And I am sure if you are a Christian or you have relatives who are Christians, you will be familiar with those holidays that Christians celebrate. So let's name them. Follow me. 1. Good Friday. 2. Easter. 3. Christmas. And 4. St. Stephen's Day, known as Boxing Day. So let's examine these holidays a little in detail. Let's look at Good Friday. Good Friday is observed to mark the end of Lent. Lent is a season that lasts for 40 days, yes. And so what Christians do during the period of Lent? They visit their place of worship and they pray to God. They ask for forgiveness of sins. They take part in Mass. And as they do, they remember that Jesus is their sacrifice. So Lent lasts for 40 days. And Good Friday marks the end of the Lenten period. Good Friday also marks the day when Jesus Christ was crucified. So Christians go to their place of worship on Good Friday and they pray. They thank God that Jesus is their sacrifice. Now, at the end of Good Friday, there is a celebration. That celebration comes on the Sunday after Good Friday, and that Sunday is known as Easter Sunday. So Easter is celebrated on the Sunday after Good Friday. What does Easter signify? Easter marks the resurrection of Jesus Christ. Christians go to church to celebrate Jesus' resurrection. The day following, which is Easter Monday, there is a gaiety everywhere. Kites of all descriptions and sizes are flown all around. Yes, boys and girls, and I am sure some of you may have participated in kite flying. Yes, Kite flying signifies that Jesus Christ is risen, and so Christians celebrate Easter and Easter Monday. The next holiday that is religious for Christians is Christmas. Christmas Day is observed on December 25 every year. Yes, boys and girls, Christmas signifies the birth of Jesus Christ. And so Christians celebrate because their Savior was born. They believe that Jesus Christ was born on December 25. And so what Christians do? They celebrate by going to church, giving thanks for the birth of Jesus. They also decorate their homes. Some decorate their yards. Some go to the extent where they decorate trees and line their yards or their gate and their passageway, just because Jesus' birth means a lot to Christians. So, boys and girls, Christmas Day is one of the holidays that Christians celebrate in Guyana. And not only Guyana, but around the world. The next holiday that Christians celebrate is St. Stephen's Day, also known as Boxing Day. Yes, boys and girls, and if you know that day, you will know that it is celebrated on December 26. Yes, the very day after Christmas Day. What does St. Stephen's Day signify? St. Stephen's Day is observed in memory of Stephen, the first Christian martyr. Yes, there was a Christian by the name of Stephen who was martyred, and so on December 26, that day is observed in memory of his martyrdom. Next, we will look at Hinduism. The followers of Hinduism are called Hindus. Yes, boys and girls, and I am sure that some of you have families who are Hindus, and some of you too are Hindus. So this will be very relevant to you. Where do Hindus worship? Oh yes, I am sure you would have said they worship in a temple or mandir. And do you know what they believe in or whom they believe in? Hindus believe in supreme beings such as Lord Rama, Lord Krishna, Lord Shiva, and many others. Their holy book is the Bhagavad Gita, and their religious leader is called a priest or pandit. What holidays are connected to Hindus? What holidays? Of course, in Guyana, there are two main religious holidays that Hindus observe. One, Pagua. When is Pagua observed? Pagua is observed just after the full moon is seen in March. And so Pagua is known as the Spring Festival. What does it signify? It celebrates the triumph of good over evil. This festival is observed by sprinkling powder, which represents ashes. It is also observed by squirting colored liquid called abir, the burning of holy and chautal singing. Pagua signifies or ushers in the festival of spring. Why do they sprinkle ashes? Why do they squirt colored liquid, which is abir? That is done in memory of the triumph of that good deed over evil. And so holy, or holika as it is called, is burnt to remember the sacrifice that was made for that festival. So boys and girls, Pagua is a Hindu festival. Which other festival is celebrated by Hindus in Guyana? Diwali, also called Deepavali. So when is Diwali observed? Diwali is celebrated between October to November. The actual date depends on the sighting of the new moon. So whenever the new moon is sighted, whether in October or early November, Diwali is celebrated. What does Diwali signify? This festival represents the return of Lord Rama from 14 years of exile in the forest. Diwali is called the Festival of Lights. Diyas are lighted. Prayer and fasting and sharing of sweetmeats are some of the activities that characterize Diwali. Yes, boys and girls, Hindus celebrate Diwali. Of course, there are other persons who are not Hindus who join in the celebration of Diwali and Pagua simply because these festivals bring with them a spirit of joy and togetherness. So I am sure even some Christians jump in the streets and celebrate in their yards with friends Diwali and Pagua, even though they are Hindu festivals. Next, we will look at Islam. The followers of Islam are called Muslims. They worship in a building called a mosque or masjid. They believe in a supreme being called Allah, whom is their God, and that Muhammad is his last prophet. Their holy book is called the Holy Quran, and their religious leader is called an imam. So, boys and girls, I am sure that some of you who are out there listening are Muslims, and so you too can follow and also confirm that Muslims are religious people too. And so Muslims have religious holidays that are observed and celebrated in Guyana. There are three main religious holidays that Muslims observe in Guyana. One, Eid Fitar. Eid Fitar is observed at the end of Ramadan. What does it signify? It's the celebration for the period of purification, the end of fasting during the month of Ramadan. Yes, boys and girls, Muslims fast for 1 month, and at the end of that month, they celebrate Eid Fitar. The next holiday that Muslims observe is Eid al-Adha. So when the pilgrimage to Mecca ends, it marks the national holiday Eid al-Adha. What is its significance? It's the festival of sacrifice. That's the holiday that Muslims remember when Abraham sacrificed his son Isaac. Yes, and so what Muslims do to commemorate this holiday, they sacrifice animals and they share the meat with friends and neighbors and relatives. The next holiday that Muslims observe is Yamanabi. Yamanabi is celebrated depending on the sighting of the moon. And so this celebration is done in keeping with the life and death of the Prophet Muhammad. So Muslims celebrate Yamanabi to remember the life and death of their Prophet Muhammad. So boys and girls, there we have it. Holidays that the three main religious groups observe and celebrate in Guyana. Let's recap quickly. Christians, Good Friday, Easter, Christmas Day, and St. Stephen's Day. Hindus observe Pagua and Diwali. And Muslims observe Eid al-Fitar, Eid al-Adha, and Yamanabi. Next, we will examine national non-religious holidays. National non-religious holidays have historical significance. These do not relate to anything religious. So which holiday will we begin with first? We will begin with New Year's Day as the first non-religious holiday. New Year's Day. When is New Year's Day observed? New Year's Day is the 1st of January. The first day of January is called or known as New Year's Day. This day is celebrated in acknowledgement of the beginning of a new year. Yes, boys and girls, and I am sure lots of your relatives and friends and even you yourself jump for joy when New Year's Day comes around. That's because it brings with it that feeling of newness. The next holiday that is non-religious is Republic Day, also known as Mashramani Day. And when is that observed? On February 23. Yes, boys and girls, February 23 is that day that is called Republic Day, or also referred to as Mashramani Day. This day is celebrated in observance of the anniversary of Guyana's Republican status. Yes, boys and girls, Guyana became a cooperative republic on February 23, 1970. And so on Mashramani Day, there is a grand float parade in the city of Georgetown and in other parts of Guyana. The next holiday is Labor Day or Workers' Day. Labor Day or Workers' Day is celebrated on May 1 every year. What does Labor Day signify? Workers unite in solidarity under their trade unions. And so that is what Labor Day is all about. Unity in solidarity. Workers unite in solidarity under their various trade unions. Workers also remember Hubert Nathaniel Critchlow, who is the father of trade unionism in Guyana. On May 1, workers parade the streets in remembrance of Hubert Nathaniel Critchlow and also the celebration of the particular trade union to which they belong. Our next holiday that we will look at is Arrival Day, and this day is also observed in May. Arrival Day is observed on May 5 every year. What does Arrival Day signify? Arrival Day marks the date on which the first batch of East Indian indentured immigrants arrived in Guyana, and they would have arrived on two ships, the Whitby and Hesperus. So, every year on May 5, there is a celebration for the arrival of indentured immigrants. There is another celebration in May, and this time it is Independence Day. Yes, boys and girls, on May 26, Independence Day is observed. And this day is of national significance. It is very historical, and that is simply because on May 26, 1966, Guyana gained its independence from Great Britain. And so, on May 26, 1966, Guyana would have hoisted the golden arrowhead for the first time and also lowered the Union Jack. So May 26 is that day when Guyanese celebrate independence, freedom from colonial rule. On that day, Guyanese celebrate independence, freedom from colonialism. So boys and girls, in the month of May, there are three national non-religious holidays. May 1, Labor Day or Workers' Day, May 5, Arrival Day, and May 26, Independence Day. The next holiday that we will look at is Caricom Day. Caricom Day is observed on the first Monday in July every year. However, this day is celebrated in remembrance of the formation of Caricom, which was on July 4, 1973. Caricom means Caribbean Community. Our final national non-religious holiday that we will look at is Emancipation or Freedom Day. When is this observed? On August 1. This day is celebrated in remembrance of the day that all African slaves were made free, and that was on August 1, 1838. Of course, in 1838, slavery was abolished. So boys and girls, these are the national non-religious holidays that we observe in Guyana. 1. New Year's Day. And when is that observed? On January 1. Next, Republic Day or Mashramani Day, and that is observed on February 23. Next we have Labor Day or Workers' Day. That is observed on May 1. Arrival Day is observed on May 5. Independence Day is observed on May 26. Caricom Day is observed on the first Monday in July, and Emancipation or Freedom Day is observed on August 1. So boys and girls, I am sure that you enjoy when holidays come around. I do. And I'm sure that you are looking forward to the next holiday. Until then, keep safe and be smart, boys and girls. Goodbye.